All right, three, two, one. Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable. I'm Justin.
I'm Jalen.
And for this episode, we're talking the upcoming card going down on June 10th in Atlanta, Georgia. NOME Impact, a new type of concept card, but like whatever you want to call it. That URL is bringing for the fans. When you first heard of it, NOME Impact, like what was going on in your head?
Oh, to be honest, I really didn't like it. I honestly like Gnome for what Gnome is. If they, I don't know if they're gonna still have Gnome, but I get it's like like main events and kind of play on with Summer Impact. But I kind of feel like it's just Summer Impact. Really, it's just hopefully it's
A
not.
double impact?
Yeah, like yeah, Summer Impact, Double Impact, like, but like I hope they still have Gnome, but I don't know. Like
I
I
don't
just
think so.
like
I
the
don't. I don't think so.
like I hope this is not known, but I it's a great card from what we've seen so far. But I wouldn't want this as no. I still like gnome for being a gnome. At the end of the day, that's just how I feel. So that's how I feel about like the gnome impact thing.
Nah, yeah, I 100% agree with you. When I first seen it, I was like, why not just do a double impact? Like,
Mm.
but just to be brutally honest, like, it seems like to save money, like you just put the two cards together, so you don't have to do, two cards when you could just put all the stars onto one. So I definitely understand it from a business sense, but just over the years, we've just been accustomed to just getting known, just when the summertime is about to start, and I'm saying we're not gonna get it now. Could they still do a gnome? Sure, but it's like I don't think we would see a whole bunch of stars on it because like all of them are gonna be on this card. So
Hmm.
I guess all we can do is just appreciate it as a fan. Then I guess just see how some of these matchups turn up. We still hope we get that same type of competitiveness because a lot of the battle rappers when you talk about the 2-on-2 type of battle, they say it's like the all-star game, and it's just it doesn't really count. But then even if you have a dominant performance, you're gonna talk about that if you're like talking shit to your opponent, so you're gonna bring it up. But um we can just get into just some of the announcements that were made. I believe the first actual announcement was Tay Rock, and immediately once you hear Tay Rock, you think of you think of gun titles and Susur being locked up, so you're not too sure who he's gonna pair with. We seen him team up with Chess and Easy the Block Captain, so we really don't know, but we've seen it's gonna be Tay Rock and Geechee Gotti. So just what do you think of that pairing?
Um, I really don't like it on my endpoint. I just don't. I kind of feel like they're kind of like a mix of two styles, but again, they're great punchers and everything. But I'm just trying to see like how they play off each other, and I feel like they could do it well, but I don't know. Like I got a picture in my head really, and like I don't know how they would like. I just don't know if the chemistry. I just can't see them like kind of having the chemistry to do a 2-on-2. To me, it's just more so against each other because I seen them like do 2-on-2s against each other, and then Geechee just kind of like clearly won to me. So it's kind of difficult for me to see them on the same team. But I feel like it's a solid team. Definitely the arguably like the two biggest names in battle rap right now. Um, Definitely great punchers. I definitely like the way they perform their material. Very potent, very strong. Um, I'm interested in seeing how it goes. How you feel about it?
Um, just me personally, I probably would have liked to have seen Tay Rock and Chess. We seen what they did on Summer Impact before going against Loaded Hollows, and they had great chemistry. Both of them still being gun titles. So, I would like to see that. But we get Tay Rock and Geechee Gotti. Just for some of the reasons you just said of their styles and accolades and things like that, the pairing sort of just makes sense. They're both great performers. What they rap about is sort of the same. Tay Rock does gun bars, but it's all the same shit. They're just talking about different ways to kill people. So I think like even in their styles, like it's not too complex. Like it's like So like what you said, just a lot of punchlines. So I think they will work well together. I know they're probably gonna make the effort to fly back and forth to make sure they have the same, they're on the same page. But I think it's an okay matchup. I can't see why it wouldn't work.
All right.
But they're going up against another team that we have not seen paired up together before. But they do have similar styles. Rum Nitty and New Jersey Twerk. It was rumored at the beginning of the year that they was gonna team up. Um, and it's gonna be a hell of a matchup. But so, what do you think of Rum Nitty and Twerk?
Unstoppable, bro. I don't. I honestly feel like, especially with the Tay Rock and Geechee matchup, like Rum Nitty ability to just move words around, and like the way he's able to construct his material, he's like an alien at this point. Like the scheme, like is nothing really he can't do, and just he impresses us every time to me. So even like the last one against I think Klutz, like the way he was like the to be continued, like he was just going crazy. But and then Twerk is just electrifying, and he kind of compliments Rum Nitty because he could do that same type of thing. Like I didn't see, the scoliosis bar from like Twerk. I didn't see they. I feel like they kind of match each other in a sense. To me, it's like especially with this matchup against like Tarek and Geechee. Geechee is kind of like for me it's like more like a realistic perspective, and then like Tarek is more so like the fictional gun bar thing. So that's why it's kind of difficult for me to see them mesh well. But it's like the same things Rum Nitty could do is the same things Twerk could do. Just it's a matter of who you have like is better at which. Like you could say, Rum Nitty's better at like, scheming and like, like punchlining or whatever. You could just say Stork is better at like, performing his material. I feel like they just complement each other well. So to me, I feel like they're one of the best combos on this card, period.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with everything you said. When you think of the names Rum Nitty and Twerk, you definitely think well, definitely on Twerk's side high energy, but they both have the bars. When they put pen to paper, they come up with some of the most creative bars that we ever heard. We definitely seen them go up against each other, and that was a great battle. Even though the whole scuffle thing kind of messed it up, and people asked for a rematch, but they asked for a rematch for a reason because what we did get from that battle, we definitely seen a high level of writing. So just putting those two minds together, and giving them, I feel, a substantial amount of time to prepare because we do know, how Torque had those problems in the past. But I think, just having Rum Nitty there, who's usually always prepared, is definitely going to be able to pause, but rub off on him. Um, I just think it's going to be a great pairing. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I believe this is the main event on the card. Um, this is definitely going to put the fans in the building. I'm expecting the event to be sold out. It's probably damn near probably got sold out off this, battle alone. But once again, I think it's a great matchup. We can get into another matchup that was announced, and the first team is represented for Jersey, Shotgun Shug and O Red. I didn't really see this coming. It was talked about earlier in the year. Shotgun Shug teaming up with Miss Hustle, so we definitely thought that was a 2-on-2 that we was gonna see, but it ends up being O Red. They definitely have different type of styles. I want to say, O'Red is much more intricate in how he puts his bars together. Shotgun Shook is, people like to say a lot of movie bars and just things you're gonna catch like right there in the room. So how they're gonna balance it, I think it's gonna be interesting to see. But I think this is one that we're definitely just gonna have to, watch live. I can't really predict it. Because we definitely seen Shook in 2-on-2s, but usually his partner was just a little more electrifying, whether it had been Twerk or Arsenal. But Red is just really just about the bar. So I want to see how they both like work on the stage together because even bringing up the Twerk and Shook again, Twerk jumping over Shook and how electrifying that was. Can this matchup live up to that? Because I think when you see Shook in a 2-on-2, you definitely think of the performance side. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how Overed tries to play off that. What do you think about the team?
Yeah, I feel like it's interesting too. They're definitely two completely different battle rappers. I feel like a common middle ground that they can meet at is probably the delivery standpoint. I definitely feel like Suge is more of a has a stronger delivery, but I feel old record kind of match it in a little bit of a sense because I definitely seen him, have that like not high energy, but that vocal projection, that like potent material, like the vocal projection thing. Like he kind of delivers his material very well. So I definitely feel like those are both attributes in which they're like great at. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how it would go. I don't feel like pause they would bounce off each other like rapping wise. I feel like as you feel like he'll get 2 bars, like he'll like Suge could get 2 bars, and then like
If he was on if he was on camera on a mix, that would have been crazy.
yeah yeah
Jesus, Jesus Christ, go ahead.
yeah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna let you slide, like.
Yeah, I think Shook gets 2 bars and then Oreg gets 2 bars, but it's just interesting to see how it go. But yeah, it's I definitely interested in seeing how it pan out. I feel like they would definitely be good. I don't see them being bad or like mid. I think they could have a good performance.
Right, but they're going up against another star-studded team, two big names in the culture, legends in the culture, been around almost damn near since the beginning. Calico and Hollow Dawn, two completely different styles. I really don't see where this came from. Um, this is definitely just them getting that phone call and the price had to be right. But I just don't see how their writing styles are gonna come together. I can't just really see it, so I'm just more interested to see like what do you think of the parent?
I like the combo because it's kind of they're not so they're kind of in the same realm where they're like not like too aggressive, but they could really, if you listen to what they're saying, they're very slick and very, a lot of stuff goes like over the ear. Like sometimes you might not hear like certain things that they say. I think Calico is like one of the best at that. Like it'd be bars, like it don't even be the punchline. It'd be like the second bar, and I'm like, damn, that's tough. Like, and then same thing with Hollow. Like he doesn't rap in a textbook way to where if he says something, it could lose your ear easily because you're listening to like where's that punchline at. So they're definitely like slick rappers, and I definitely like the way they develop their material. So I definitely feel like this is definitely going to be a pen thing with them. Definitely, I feel like they're definitely two of the best pens in battle rap. Um, we already know like Hollow had his feats with Low Deluxe and others, but even like from the recent battles I've seen from Calico, I just like the way he like puts together his material. It's just marvelous to me. And then like I'm just interested into seeing how they're gonna approach the battle. I definitely feel like that old Red story from like way back in the day is gonna get brought up because both of them were like involved in that story somehow, somewhere. So I definitely feel like that's going to get brought up, but it's definitely interesting to see.
Yeah, but just going up against Shook and Old Red, we definitely just talked about Shook having that performance. He's gonna try to implicate that in the 2-on-2. So I know the wittiness that can come from Hollow and Cal, but let's just say Shook and Red goes first, and they come up with that real creative like performance stuff, and the crowd is rocking, and then Hollow the Don and Calico is gonna have to match that. So I definitely think it's gonna be interesting. It could really come down to who goes first.
Mm.
Like a very very interesting battle. I wouldn't be able to put no type of money on this. I would have absolutely no idea. But the next team we can talk about a team that sort of makes sense in how they came up in battle rap and just some of their legendary wins. I believe they're called the PG Killers. That's DNA and John the Don. So when you think of this team, what comes to mind?
Um, to be honest, I'm good on it. I feel
Uh,
like I feel like
what do you mean? Wait. What do you mean you're good on it? Like
I
what
don't.
is that?
I wouldn't want to see John and DNA together. Like,
I'd rather see John in the 2-on-2 right now because his 1-on-ones look like shit.
well,
No.
well, to each his.
Uh,
Yeah. But it's just like they're kind of like textbook battle rap to me. It's like they're kind of basic, and it's nothing really outside of like it's nothing I can like get hyped for with like a John and DNA. Like I know like they're gonna rap like have your like your typical schemes, punchlines, and then like it's just kind of textbook in my face. Like I know it. Like it's easy to catch up on. Like it's nothing like mind blowing to me.
Yeah, but a big crowd like this, I think that's gonna be very receptive. Like I can't see them really like bombing, like, and
Yeah,
I mean like bombing in a bad way. Like I
yeah.
can't see them really like not having the crowd captivate. That's gonna matter. Like it can't be too much over the top in these 2-on-2s like this. Also, it's not that like
I don't know. Like
just saying like.
I just I feel like it might fall blank to me. Like I don't know. I
I
just
no 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 no. I understand if you feel like I'm thinking of the in the building aspect. I can't see it like falling flat. If you personally just don't, feel it's gonna move you, I understand that. I'm thinking about in the building because that's gonna matter because who they're going up against. If they were to get it in the building, that's what they're gonna like. You feel what I'm
yeah.
talking about? So, I mean,
Yeah, but to me it's just textbook battle rap. Like yeah, it's just textbook battle rap to me. It's like the most simplest form to me. It's like John. It's like 1, 2, 3. Like I know it. DNA kind of getting better. Like over time, kind of becoming like kind of breaking out of that shell of just being that freestyle regular 1, 2, 3, 4 bar setup type of thing. So he's definitely getting better at that. I definitely say he's moving into another bag, becoming more of a pen. But to me, it's just textbook basic battle rap to me.
no, yeah. Like I said before, I definitely think it's gonna be an interesting pairing. I definitely think they're gonna have the crowd captivated. I definitely think there may be some props involved. I just think that they're definitely gonna put on a show, and they're gonna want to show the rookies the lesson because who they're going up against so Flair, So and Foots, two of the top names in the new class. This was rumored to be going down on the outside card, how they was talking in interviews, but they moved it to this card right here, NOME Impact. It's definitely gonna be a great test for them just to see can they, take the crowd from a DNA and John the Don. They're vets, like they know tricks and things that's gonna work, rebuttaling and all that. It like that's gonna matter. So this is definitely a big test for them. But I definitely think they're gonna have a great performance because Foots is very creative, Flair Soul is very creative in their bars and in performance. So I definitely think they're gonna be ready for the test. I think I think it's gonna be, I don't want to say battle of the night, but I think this will be the second best battle of the night.
Okay.
But how do you feel about Flair Soul and Foots teaming up?
Yeah, to me, it's just more. I feel like they'll be more animated than John and DNA, which is kind of like what I was trying to say. Like, I just feel like there's more unpredictability, is more like creative, like to the point. Both of them are definitely creative. They're not, you know, like your regular battle rappers. Like they kind of think out the box. Kind of, I'll be more surprised more of what they would do rather than DNA and John, because I'm already expecting. I already know what I'm expecting with Souffleur So and Foots. I feel like I only seen them in like a small sample size. And I believe they did do a 2-on-2 before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I kind of want to. They kind of have that. I want to watch them factor to me. So I'm more so curious to what they're gonna do, rather than a DNA and John.
I mean, but also you also have to ask the question: did you hear people like hollering and blogging about Flair Soul and Foots with that 2-on-2?
Yeah, but I'm saying in comparison to DNA and John, I rather like. I want to see what they're gonna do. Like, you know what I mean?
All right, so who do you? All right, so you have Flair Soul and Foots like winning that battle. Then.
Yeah.
All right, all right. I mean, I would definitely have to go with DNA and John on that one. I just think them being vets, them being on that stage so many times. I think it really just gonna come down to that. Um, But this next team, representing EFB, um, Danny Myers and Miss Hustle. Now, I know you're not really a Danny Myers fan. You still think to this day that he beat Tay Rock, even though the rest of the world doesn't. But he definitely has Miss Hustle on his side. Just how I feel about this matchup, real quick. I definitely think it's in them the group name every fucking bar. They definitely punch at a high rate. They're very creative with their punches. I think that they do come with high energy. We know Danny and the yelling and the throwing of the hat in the bar, God yelling, all that. Miss Hustle being like 6'7".
Mm.
just towering over her opponent, and she's very aggressive. I definitely think their styles like sort of mesh. I think it's gonna be a great pairing. I think they're gonna put on a great show.
Yeah,
Um,
same. Like to your point, is they're definitely both aggressive. I definitely feel like they're gonna match each other's energy. I definitely feel also too with Danny Myers, he's gonna bring that element of having a pin factor into it. So it's just not gonna be just on delivery or just the way they're performing their material. There's definitely gonna be some bars in there. You feel me? I definitely feel he's gonna help out with that. I definitely feel Miss Hustle again, like my favorite female battle rapper, feel like she's underrated too with her pen, the way she's able to, construct punchlines and use, name flips and everything like that, and even like, personals and try to flip into a bar. Like I definitely like that aspect of her as well. So it's definitely interesting to see those two pair up.
right. Now their opponent hasn't been, announced yet, but the last team that was announced, I don't know if they're gonna battle them, but Av and Fonz, we definitely seen them before battling Luke Castro and K Shine. People say a lot of people say they won. A lot of people say that the other team won a very debatable battle. They definitely put on a great performance, though. A lot of bars, very, very punch heavy. We definitely know what Av and Fonz are about and what they made their name off of. I'm just expecting a great performance. Now, when we did see that 2-on-2, it wasn't a small room. We did not see it on a big stage. So will it translate different? We're just gonna have to see. How do you feel about Ivan Fonz?
Yeah, definitely. Last time I seen them, they were definitely the best, one of the best on that card. I can't argue with it. Like it was just back to back punches, and then like legit, I don't remember like them having a dry spot like at all. Like it was always like I remember myself reacting like repeatedly, whether it was Fonz or Av delivering the material. So definitely feel like they're gonna continue that same pattern. And yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like just I feel like same way they approached it, they should approach it. Then again, to your point, they're gonna be on the stage now, so definitely kind of not switch up the, just be wary of the material that you have. Make sure like this will land well with the crowd. That's about it to me. So yeah.
Right. So, we're definitely waiting for, the rest of the announcements to be dropped. The card will be going down once again next month, June 10th in Atlanta, Georgia. Tickets are still on sale at Ticketmaster. To get, the quickest alerts about, these announcements coming up, you have to subscribe to the URL TV app. Um, and we're definitely going to do a part two to this video to finish the card and definitely give the rest of our predictions. So just be on the lookout for that. Just want to say thank everybody for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the video. Follow us on all social media platforms at it's debatable double underscore. Follow me on Facebook at Justin Jones for details and developments on the It's Debatable platform.
Hmm.